You're about to listen to the Weird with a Side of Bacon podcast. We cover weird things, but part of that may include adult themes and content. We'll be talking about things like butts and boobs, and there will be swearing. It's kind of what we do. If there are any kids in the car, you may want to change the channel. Thanks, and enjoy. Hey, sweetie, what can I get for you?
Do you have any of today's specials left?
The weird? Oh, yeah, we got lots of weird.
And can I get that with bacon?
Sure, weird with a side of bacon, coming up. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 3 of the Weird with a Side of Bacon podcast. We are here to cover everything weird that is out there. That would be weird history, weird facts, weird news, weird internet. That's what we do because it's the Weird with a Side of Bacon podcast. I am one of your hosts, Trevor. I like to cover the weird facts and weird history. Now we will go to Misty.
I am Misty, and I cover weird and obscure,
Obscene?
Obscure?
obscure, whatever you want to call them. Crazy news articles. How about that?
And next up, we have our good host, Stephanie.
I am Stephanie. I will be covering weird social media stories. From what I understand, you guys have a weird personal story. Yes, no, maybe?
Yes, we have a weird story.
We do. It's kind of crazy.
We are out on a Friday night, and we are living it up Midwestern style. Because what do you do on a hot Friday night together? You go shopping.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Grocery shopping.
Grocery shopping. Ooh. Do we need milk? Yes. Oh, yeah. That's hot. Okay. We are at Big Box Store. We're not going to name it, but we're at this store. And, of course, they have the self-checkouts. We do the self-checkout. And we got a fair amount of stuff. We got a cart mostly full. Then, also at these big stores, because they have these self-checkouts, they have the person at the exit with the little zapper where they zap your receipt and then zap your items in the cart to make sure you didn't steal anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? We all know what I'm talking about. I'm not making this up. We've all heard of this. This isn't weird. We go through the self-checkout. We do our entire big, fat grocery cart full of stuff, and then we're leaving. And I have the receipt in hand. I'm ready. There's this college-age girl at the exit, and we get up there. And
Is she the worker or just someone that was ahead of you?
No, the
She's
worker. The
Okay.
worker. And it's late at night on a Friday, and most people are not grocery shopping, so it's a relatively quiet place. And she's there. She's got the zapper. I got the receipt. And as I'm getting closer and about to hand her the receipt, she looks at us and says, "You guys are good," and waves us out. So,
Yes.
It begs a couple of questions. One, what the hell do you do? Is your job to tell me I can leave this store? I was going to leave if you weren't there. What is her job, just to stay what is she doing? So that's the first possible thing, is that her job is just to stand there and just tell people they can go out. Thanks. Planned on leaving anyway. Or does Misty and I look so damn straight ass, Wonder Bread, plain Jane losers that she's like,
She's like, man.
yeah.
Meh.
She's like, these
Wave
two,
us through.
yeah, these two couldn't steal a glance. They're such boring people. Screw it. They didn't steal anything.
Well, if you think about it, another big box store
Uh-huh.
where they have the person doing the similar thing, checking your receipt and your items. I feel like they pick and choose at that store also, like,
Whether or not that person in line looks fishy or not.
yeah.
So does that mean that we were
Are
stereotyped?
you feeling like old when you don't get carded for something?
I did. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, do we look that boring that we couldn't steal anything if we wanted to? We're not even worth a second glance. This girl's like, just go. Just leave. To show
Were you guys being obnoxious in the store
not
to
more
the
than-
point where
Not more than usual.
Right. Not more than normal. But just to show that I am cool, when we left, I didn't put my cart in the corral.
What'd you do? Put it next to it?
I put it in a pile with other carts just willy-nilly in the parking
In
lot.
the handicap stall.
Okay, I wasn't going to mention that
Are
part.
you that guy?
No, I'm not normally. I put it in the corral, but I felt a little hurt that I look so damn stupidly boring old man, white boy. I was just so hurt.
I actually get annoyed with people that don't put their carts in the cart corral. Or they
I-
just kind of push it towards it.
I yelled at him.
Or they just throw it in there willy-nilly. It's like, okay, I get that they have workers to get the carts, but you can still, like, stack them together.
I am a cart corral person. I put my cart away.
Apparently not that night you weren't.
but I had to show
Because
that
your feelings were hurt.
I had to show that I am not.
That's a
so-
2-strip piece of bacon.
That's a 1-strip piece of bacon. You see, you can just keep...
digging myself into a bigger and bigger hole. But yes, I was hurt because I don't know if she just doesn't do anything or if I have just been stereotyped as the biggest nerd.
Nerd.
Well, then what do you call me?
Well,
I
Mrs.
also
Nerd?
was with you.
Mrs. Nerd.
Mrs. Nerd.
I
Ha.
do like nerd ropes
A hot nerd?
or nerd clusters.
Oh, can I be a hot nerd?
No.
Wow, you couldn't even.
She makes you the hot nerd. How about that?
You couldn't even think about it for a second. You just immediately jumped in with no. Wow. You know, a courtesy pause would have been nice.
Okay, let's do a retake on that then.
I don't want to.
Okay.
No, I don't need your pity pause.
Okay,
No,
we're going to
you're
pity
not a
pause this
nerd.
because I'm going to get into my story. That with this whole conversation, revealing X-rated reason for train station floods.
All right. So, what happened? Let's get into this. Misty's going first. X-rated reason for train station flooding. Ready, set, go.
Okay. A couple in Australia decided to have sex in a stairwell and broke the sprinkler system while doing it.
Wait.
Wow.
Okay. Where's the sprinkler system?
In the
First of all.
stairwell, obviously.
I know, but
How hard you going at it that you're breaking the plumbing?
I want to know how this sprinkler system is set up.
Oh,
That
yeah,
to
they're
break
usually
it.
from the ceiling, aren't they?
That's
They
my
normally
point.
are.
Yeah, they're usually up above.
Well, this is some Circus Olay bullshit. These guys are hanging from.
Well, it
from
didn't only just
ribbons.
cause flooding in one station, but 2 train stations.
These guys,
Like 2 different ones.
This
or-
caused 2 train stations to flood. Yes, 2 different ones.
how
Well,
big?
damn.
Of a spring- Does this make her a squirter?
Everybody's got to have wet shoes.
So these guys are having sex and they break the sprinkler system. while
Not
having
once,
sex.
but twice.
Two sprinkler systems.
2 sprinkler systems. I don't know if they're connected somehow, but nonetheless, they ended up closing the 2 stations due to flooding. They had to evacuate everybody out of the stations. But the issue, the main issue that this caused with the evacuations is that people ended up having to leave the Olivia Rodrigo concert that was happening in the area because they couldn't get to the concert with the flooding of the stations.
Oh no!
So they had to, I think they postponed the concert.
They
What a
postponed.
really obscure reason to postpone a concert. I couldn't go to this concert because the train station flooded by people having sex.
I want to know the conversation ahead of time. This guy's getting frisky in public, and she's like, "You're gonna get us caught." He's like, "It's fine. What's the worst that could happen? Somebody sees us? Don't be a prude." And now they are infamous for flooding 2 train stations and delaying a Olivia Rodrigo concert.
Yes. Yep. So it flooded out the Flagstaff and the Melbourne Central stations. So my guess is they were connected.
or at least
They
close
have to
enough.
be
Or close enough
Yeah,
for one flooding to go to the other.
Nice.
that would be my guess.
So my other question on this is maybe because it's a train station, the flow of water is heavier, because if there is a train fire, the police department's not going to have enough water to pump down there.
Oh, so maybe they got a super duper watering system to put out a train. Well, I do believe that definitely counts as a weird story. And I really hope that at some point somebody had to tell Olivia Rodriguez what happened to her concert.
Can you imagine going up to her or her manager and being like,
We're going to have to delay your concert due to...
sex?
Due to a frisky couple.
I would have liked to know of what came out of her mouth when they told her that.
She probably said, I hope they do this on the Weird with the Side of Bacon podcast. 'Cause you know she's an avid follower of us. I can only assume. I think that's a fair assumption. No? Too much? Okay. All right. How many bacon strip rating is that? 1 to 4. 1 being not weird, 4 being weird. Adding crispy for extra. What do you think? Stephanie, go first.
Do you want me to vote? You got mad at me.
That was a different episode. Today's a fresh day, Stephanie.
Are you feeling better then?
I'm feeling much better. I am definitely not holding a grudge about the fact that I got a 2 bacon strip rating last episode. By no means.
Well,
am I
maybe
upset.
hopefully your stories are a little bit better this time.
Oh God, you're just lighting that fire back up.
I give
Not
it a
in
4.
the bad way.
4 bacon strips. That's a 4 bacon strips.
Yes.
All right. I will.
And you
say,
totally meant that in a bad way.
Don't try to sugarcoat that. We
Yeah.
know exactly what you meant. Everybody listening knows exactly what you meant.
I'm just going to pout in my corner.
I will give that I'm going to give it a 3, but crispy. I'm going to give it a 3 crispy. I
So a
thought it was
3.5?
good. Yeah, I'd say with crispy is like a plus, a 3 plus. I'll give it a 3 plus. All right. I believe, Stephanie, you are up next. What does the internet have that may or may not be weird today?
This one is a Reddit story, of course, from the subreddit Wedding Shaming.
I've done some shameful things at a wedding. I feel it.
Have you, though? I don't want to know.
No, I don't. I can't even steal from a store. I'm so lame.
It's true.
We're Wonder Bread, remember?
So Wonder Bread. Leave it to Beaver would think we're a joke.
Probably. This one is titled Awkward Wedding Solo That No One Asked For.
Oh.
Somebody thinks they're amazing.
A couple of years ago, one of my best friends since middle school got married. We were fresh out of college and she's not into big flashy events, so they decided on a smaller, more intimate wedding that would be easy to keep their limited budget under control. For her wedding party, she chose her sister as maid of honor and then the groom's sister and I as bridesmaids. Planning the bachelorette party fell to me and the groom's sister because the maid of honor was still in high school. I went over to the sister's house one day and we planned everything out. It was a normal afternoon right up until I went to leave. She asked if I could stay a few more minutes so she could show me the wedding gift she got them. I said, okay, and she disappeared from the room for a few minutes.
Okay. This is just normal. All right. Maybe she's looking for a second opinion on the gift. Something. Okay.
And it could have been a bigger gift. That's why she was gone for a few minutes.
Yeah. Hit it. In
Yeah.
case sister came over. All right. This is normal.
When she came back, she had a karaoke machine with her.
Oh, no.
Is the karaoke machine the gift?
Getting there. I assume that was the gift because I knew the couple both liked karaoke. But then she hit play and started singing at me in her living room with a microphone. I had literally only met her a few weeks before and I was completely stunned that this was even happening.
Oh, she was serenading her. That's beautiful.
Was it her own song or was this like she was just singing?
It
Like
doesn't
the
specify
Grease,
what.
Whether or not she wrote her own song.
Yeah,
She was doing the Grease duet by herself. That's what she was doing.
that would be awkward. When she was done, she asked me what I thought. I carefully said I was a little unsure what the gift was exactly. She said, I'm going to sing to them at the wedding during the speeches.
During the speeches?
Mm-hmm.
Would that interrupt everybody else?
This is
You think so? I had to fight so hard to hold back my laughter and wipe the confusion off my face because, for one, she wasn't a good singer and she was never asked to give a speech. I also knew my friend would simply hate it. So I told her while I thought it was a nice gesture, she should probably leave the speeches for those who were asked to keep the reception timeline on track. She seemed disappointed, but she agreed, and I thought that was the end of that crazy/horrible idea.
This is when you tell the bride, I just gave you the best wedding gift of your life. I just saved a huge chunk of your wedding. But I'm guessing that is not what happened.
Cut to the reception. The speeches are all done, and the DJ is starting to announce dinner when the groom's sister stands up and says, "Wait, I have something to say." She then reached under the table and pulled out her karaoke machine. Nobody but me understood what was about to happen.
Oh, God.
Hey, at least she waited until after all the speeches were done.
But even still, apparently she didn't want to listen to the point of,
Maybe you shouldn't.
yeah.
Oh, I love she smuggled in her karaoke machine. Oh, this is great.
I want to know, when she did it, because it doesn't say that,
Well, right. How did she get it in there? Because normally everybody is all together. So that, or she asked a boyfriend or a family member to put it under the table?
Or she carried it in, a wrapped box to make it seem like it was a wedding gift.
That it should have been the actual machine. Oh, this also means this wasn't premeditated. This girl didn't say, you know what, you're right, I shouldn't do this, and then forgot about it, and at the last minute, maybe a little drunken haze was like, fuck it, I'm doing this. No, that means she premeditated and said, I'm doing this. It is going to happen.
Right. She pushed play and went on to sing a 6-minute song. The whole time she kept staring the bride and groom aggressively in the eyes, and she sounded even worse than she did at her house. It was the cringiest thing I've ever witnessed at a wedding or anywhere else for that matter. When she was finally finished, the whole room was silent. After a few very uncomfortable seconds, the DJ finally said, "Let's give it up for the groom's sister." People clapped really awkwardly, but you could tell no one liked it or knew what to say.
The only person I know that has a 6-minute long song to sing to would be Queen.
Oh, she's Bohemian Rhapsody. Amadeo, 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 Amadeo. No. Did I do it wrong?
No karaoke machine for you.
Did I do it wrong?
No comment.
I'm just a little boy from a little family.
The groom's sister.
I'm just egging you on. Okay, for people who don't know, Stephanie hates it when I quote movies or songs and I do it wrong because I always do it wrong. Not on purpose. That one was on purpose, but I usually... And Stephanie is a pop culture expert and is really, really smart and good at this stuff. And it is just fun to watch her just want to
cringe.
Which means she's not very good at a karaoke bar.
Hey, at least at a karaoke bar, they have the words.
But who actually looks at the screen? Some people don't, and they still mess it up. Or even maybe they still read it and still mess up.
I like to freestyle it.
I don't know. We've never done karaoke together.
Little boy from a little family.
Stop getting the words wrong. Will you stop egging me on? You're waiting for me to yell at you.
I am.
Asshole.
Okay.
The groom's sister ends up bursting into tears and runs out of the room. Her mom got up and actually followed her. We didn't really see her for the rest of the night. I later found out that she was upset with every single person in that room because nobody appreciated her gift. And in her opinion, it was the best gift the couple had/would ever receive.
So she was that stuck on herself that she had to play the pity card for somebody to follow her out. It's not her day. Is she in white? No.
I think that would have been
And you
worse.
hear that a lot. You hear about... I actually, other stories that I read about weddings is that it's more like the mother-in-laws that will try to wear white to the wedding. There's some weird mother-in-laws out there. But this is how the
Not mine. My mother-in-law is great. I love you. Okay, keep going.
Anyway, my friend told me she would have been mad, but the whole awkwardness of it all just makes her laugh every time she thinks about it. And her sister-in-law, who she has never liked, was finally put in her place.
Love that for her.
This is a great wedding gift.
Everyone got what they wanted. Essentially.
Well, sort of. Everybody except for the groom's sister.
Right.
All right. Is that
Rating?
Okay, rating.
I wouldn't say it's weird. I think I would give it a 2.5 for weird scale.
Whoa. I was going to give it quite a decent one. I was going to say
Now-
that was a 3 crispy.
Now, if you were to go on the most awkward scale, I'd give it a 4.
Awkward. Weird and awkward. There's an overlap, but not a full. I will give you that. Awkward, definitely a 4. Weird. I'm going to give it a 3. But again, 3 crispy. I'm going to give it a 3 crispy strips. 3 crispy strips of bacon.
I still love you, Stephanie.
I love you too.
Don't cry. Don't pout.
Hey, I don't pout
That's
like
Trevor's job.
someone else in this group.
Pout.
You pout a lot.
You were so offended on the last episode.
I don't have to take this. Yes, I do. Okay.
Well, you're going to take it once you read your story. So
Oh,
what do you have for us?
I don't even know if I want to read this. I'm going to immediately give me a... okay. No.
Then
this
you
is
get
good.
a negative crispy. You're still raw.
This is
You're still raw bacon at this.
This is good. This is a beautiful, beautiful part of history that I'm going to tell. The name of this information or history fact, I'm calling it "The Truth is in the Pudding." This comes from the National Park Service website, the U.S. National Park Service website, I should mention, the Smithsonian Magazine article, and also Discover Magazine. All of them have covered this. And the overall situation is researchers are able to trace and confirm parts of Lewis and Clark's expedition across America through their poop.
Wait.
Through their poop?
Through their poop. I don't know why that's weird. That's not weird. So, for any of our international listeners that might not know, Lewis and Clark were these 2 dudes that were hired by President Thomas Jefferson.
A lot of fudgy pudding.
Fudgy pudding. Lewis and Clark back in 1804, so super early America. Thomas Jefferson hired these 2 explorers. And we had just gone through the Louisiana Purchase. This is where about 2/3 or more, pretty much the Mississippi River west, was purchased from, God, I hope I'm right, the French. Okay? Louisiana Purchase. And when we did this, Thomas Jefferson said, hey, we got to go look at this huge chunk of land we just acquired. So I'm going to send a couple of dudes out to do this. And he sent these 2 guys named Lewis and Clark. All of us here in America have heard of them over and over again. It's a basic history class lesson. So one of the issues, though, is these guys are out there and they are looking for food. You can't pack. I think they've gone for like a couple of years or so. They can't pack all this food. So instead they're hunting. And while hunting for all this food, these guys are averaging, each member of this party, so it's Lewis and Clark and all these other guys they brought with them, each person is averaging eating 9 pounds of meat per day. Do you know what happens when you eat 9 pounds of meat every day?
You have a meat baby.
Yes, essentially you do. There was a serious issue with constipation that happens when people do these expeditions.
Weird.
And they eat 9 pounds of beef or meat, not beef, but meat. Knowing that this could be a thing and that it's going to be a long expedition, Lewis and Clark are like, hey, we got to go talk with some type of medical expert on what we should pack in case of issues, including this particular issue. And Thomas Jefferson says, don't worry, I got a guy. And
I got a guy for that.
So Thomas Jefferson refers them to his doctor friend in Philadelphia named a physician named Benjamin Rush, R-U-S-H. I don't think he's connected to the band. I don't know.
Considering the band was formed like how many years after that?
Anticipating this constipation issue, Meriwether Lewis brought with 600 of Dr. Rush's bilious pills. So Dr. Rush makes his own medicine. And one of them he makes is called a bilious pill, which is pretty much a laxative. Okay. These pills were so good at helping with constipation that their nickname during the expedition was Rush's Thunderbolts or Rush's Thunderclappers.
Hold on. How do you clap?
I'm pretty sure if someone has the thunderclaps, you know what they mean. If you're someone like, oh, God, last night's dinner, it's giving me the thunderclaps. You know what they're saying, right?
Maybe some Beano?
I think, well, that would be the opposite. They're looking to get, they are eating 9 pounds of lean, because we're talking like deer and stuff. They're not eating in cow. They're eating deer and buffalo and all that. They've got some lean beef. These guys need to get them thunderclaps out.
How about some foliage? Like
Some greens.
dandelion leaves or...
How do you hunt a dandelion? You can't kill and hunt a dandelion. How do you even clean a dandelion? You got to eat beef. That's what you do. There might be... I don't think they had the food pyramid back in 1804. That might have been the issue. They didn't have wheat and grain on the food pyramid back then.
Well, then they're either a herbivore or a...
They were not. That is the problem. I think the herbivore would have been a good thing. These guys are very carnivorous. Wait, is that a plant thing? Carnivorous? Is that a plant? Is that a plant thing? Is that like green plant? What does carnivorous mean? Does anybody remember?
We're getting back into...
Nope. We're moving on. Carnivorous. Either way, these guys are living on a diet. These guys are popping 9 pounds of meat and a thunderclapper pill. Having meat babies over and over again. But don't worry, they got Rush's Thunderclappers to help them take care of those issues. While Dr. Rush's bilious pills are helpful for constipation, they are also straight up poison. These things were estimated to be 60% mercury. That's bad. Luckily...
I think that's more than bad.
Yes, 60% mercury.
That's a lot of fucking mercury. Damn.
So if you stuck them in your mouth, would they be able to tell you what your body temperature is? Because isn't there mercury in the old-fashioned
thermometers? They still use them in thermometers now. Yes, these guys are.
Well, they're more butt thermometers. Maybe that's where they came from.
Maybe that's why they're like, well, these things are good for measuring butt temperatures. Maybe we'll use them for making people poop.
Thank you, Rush, for the clap.
For your thunderclappers. Luckily, for everyone involved, while it was 60% mercury, it was an insoluble form of mercury. So it wasn't 100% straight mercury. It's mercury like hydrate or some mixture. So with that, the body wasn't processing it, and it wasn't getting in people's brains and killing them literally within a few days. If you would digest mercury like this, you would be dead within a couple days. But instead, because it was not a soluble version, instead it went right through their bodies and into their poop.
It glows in the dark.
Oh, that would be so awesome. Just you're reading through the Lewis and Clark journals and like, our poop is still glowing and we have not discovered why. We thought if we ate more meat each day it would help.
We don't need a fire tonight.
We don't need a fire tonight. It is keeping away the coyotes and the wolves with our glowing poop. So the question becomes, is how is this being useful in helping Lewis and Clark? They had their journals. People are going through these journals and have been since they've gotten back from this thing, trying to figure out where they actually stayed. Because these guys aren't describing latitude and longitude. They're not describing, they're trying to describe like formations. Like there's a mountain over here and we're like 10 paces from the Mississippi.
Well, of course there's a mountain over there. They took the thunderclap.
The thunderclappers with them. They left a mountain everywhere they went. And so they don't know. They're trying to pinpoint based on their description where on earth these guys are staying. So what they'll do is when they think they have a spot is they'll start searching the ground around it, trying to find where they would have dug out the toilet. They would have dug out like an outhouse or a privy toilet. And when everybody pooping in there, they'll find strong concentrations of mercury. So when they find soil with an ungodly high concentration of mercury, they're realizing, aha, this is officially one of the spots we were just estimating, and now we can confirm that Lewis and Clark stayed here because we found their poop piles. Yeah. So they have been able to use this to officially confirm the Travelers Rest State Park in Montana is one of the places they officially are able to confirm with this theory. And they're trying to use it for other places, but have not been able to because, of course, you don't know where the toilet would have been or if you have the right site. So they're just kind of going around in a spiral shape, slowly moving away from where they think it was in hopes of finding a large pile of mercury poop.
Okay, but if this Dr. Rush developed these pills, who says somebody else didn't dig a hole and poop?
That's a good question. Maybe somebody else did. Like Lewis and Clark is the most famous explorers, and they had a big group. I don't know how many people it was, but it was a significant amount of people that they had with them, all taking these mercury pills.
Okay, well then let's go back to the story of, did he develop these pills strictly for their group?
Oh, was he handing out to every explorer that left?
Right.
How many people are just pooping mercury all over America?
Correct. Or is it only for the Lewis and Clark group?
Maybe shortly after he discovered it was full of mercury poisoning, he decided maybe we should be handing these out anymore. I don't know. But that is the story called The Truth is in the Pudding, about how they've been trying to discover exactly where Lewis and Clark stayed by finding their poop piles. So
I'm not going to look at pudding the same way.
Especially not chocolate pudding.
Right.
If it claps at me, it's going back.
The thunderclappers. We're going to start using that term all the time. Got cases of thunderclappers. All right. I feel like this is a solid story. What is my bacon rating?
You're scared.
I am scared.
I'll let you go first.
You can't tell if you're listening, but I'm giving puppy dog eyes.
You're not great at the puppy dog guy.
No,
I'm
you're not.
All right. I won't do puppy dog eyes.
I would have to say I give it a 3.5 bacon.
So that'd be three
Three
crispy strips?
crispy strips.
Yes, I'll take it. Stephanie?
That was going to be my rating as well.
Yes. I'll take it. 3 crispy strips.
Still don't know
If
about
you're
this
gloating,
Dr.
though, I
Rush.
will knock it down to a 3.
I'm not gloating. I'm very happy, and I'm not gloating one bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
So when you were backpacking,
Yes.
did you run across any Dr. Rush's thunderclap pills?
No.
Did you take any of Dr. Rush's Thunder?
Then again, I don't even know if they ate 9 pounds of meat.
We were not eating 9 pounds of meat. We usually don't take down a buffalo.
They were eating 8.5 pounds of meat.
Yeah, we're not ridiculous. We're not crazy. I have had the opposite problem when we were in the Grand Canyon and there's only limited sources of water and we were filtering the water. Apparently our water filters were not the right size microbe filterage. And
Oh no. It's like drinking water in Mexico.
Yeah, it did. It had the opposite effect. I did not have a constipation. I wish I was constipated instead. So not that anybody wants to hear that too part of it, but let me tell you.
You had the opposite effect.
I had a lot of bathroom breaks on that trip, and it was probably my least favorite part of the whole trip was that. So no, I did not need to take Dr. Rush's, no relation to the band, bilious pills, and I did not, but I did have the thunderclaps. So I believe we have looped around. And we are
What do
now
you got
back
for us?
So on
to
that,
Misty Ray.
I wonder if this 106-year-old woman has the thunderclaps. But that's really not my story. Anyway, she's a 106-year-old woman. She says she stays young with positivity and Fireball whiskey.
Fireball.
Yeah, Fireball. How do you stay young with Fireball whiskey?
And is that all she drinks?
Maybe that water's bad for you. I've heard. I think my doctor told me to stop drinking water. Actually.
Okay. So, a woman who celebrates her 106th birthday at her retirement home in Ohio credited her long life of positive attitude and her love for Fireball whiskey.
Did they let you just bring Fireball whiskey into a nursing home?
Oh, it gets better than that.
It does? Okay.
Florence Heckman is her name. When she turned 105, Fireball said that they would give her like a supply of Fireball.
Like a year supply or a rest of her life supply?
That she's 105. That's probably the same thing.
Because she liked Fireball.
So just,
They came and celebrated her 105th birthday and she liked Fireball, so they gave her a bunch of Fireball.
So that begs the question, are we talking like the full like liter bottle or are we talking like the little shot size plastic ones?
You get the little bottles.
Because around Christmas you can get like the candy canes filled with Fireball with the little shot bottles.
You can?
Yeah.
So
Oh, snap.
the manufacturer on her 105th birthday sent her complimentary bottles of the merchandise of the Fireball whiskey. It does not say how big of a bottle. I'm going to guess it might be the little personal size shot glasses, considering she takes a shot of Fireball whiskey almost every day.
Wow.
But on that note, she has inherited a nickname. Fireball Flo is her.
Fireball Flow.
That is her nickname.
She's the coolest grandma ever.
She is.
She has to be like this.
Dude,
cool
if
as
she
they
would
get.
have show up at a bar, I would totally take a shot of Fireball whiskey with her.
Hell
Just
yeah.
because she's 106.
Dude, with Fireball Flow, I'd want my picture taken with Fireball Flow. I'd be like, dude, me and Fireball Flow drinking Fireball shots.
We should reach out to her. Take a road trip to Wisconsin.
Okay. I've only been into a nursing home so many times. My grandmother was in a nursing home.
It's not a nursing home. It is a senior living facility.
Okay, I think that makes a difference because can you bring into a nursing home like Fireball? If I show up at a nursing home and I'm like, I'm here to visit my grandma, and I got a 1.75 liter handle of Fireball whiskey with me, you think they're just gonna be like, oh yeah, she's down there in room
Nursing
12.
home, no. But if she's like in a senior,
living facility?
So
Yes.
Deerfield Senior Living Facility has a Facebook page. And
everyone's doing
they
shots.
post.
They got
They
the song
posted it.
daily. Shot, 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 shot. Every day. Everybody, it's the daily day of shots with Flo. Fireball Flo. I like it. So at 106, and she's not in a nursing home. 106, and she's still that means she's still getting around. They're just checking on her every once in a while, right? Like, that's the major difference.
Like she doesn't have a full-on nursing staff, basically.
Basically. But that's not the kicker. Are you ready for this
Oh,
one?
we're still going strong. All right, what's up?
So the retirement home that she is living in has happy hour every day. And she goes.
They actually have a happy hour. That's awesome. I want to stay in this
Yes.
retirement home.
Yes. I want to hang out with Fireball Flo and
If we ever
happy
get to
hour.
retire.
If we ever get to retirement age, we'll see what happens. I mean, I was gonna say if I stop drinking so much, I could make it retirement age, but apparently, no.
We just have to do shots of Fireball every day.
More drinking, longer life. That's what I'm hearing out of this story.
A Fireball whiskey.
Fireball whiskey drinking. This is a good idea. I like this.
I agree.
Okay. What's my rating?
I'm giving that one a 4.
I will also give it a 4 bacon strip rating, but not crispy. I'm gonna give it a regular 4 bacon strip rating. It was good, and I gotta admit, I am very impressed with the happy hour at the senior center with Fireball Flow. I will say it would be weird if your grandma or grandpa are like, "Hey, come to the senior center." You're like, oh God, we playing fucking dominoes all day. Mexican train, here I come. Let's do this. And they show up like, "You're just in time for happy hour. Grab it here, Fireball Flow. She's got a handle. Everybody takes a hit off it real quick. It's fine. It cleans itself because it's alcohol."
How cool
We're
would
in
it
for a good
be
time.
that you, as a great grandchild, could go to school and say, "My great grandma's 106, and she has a nickname, a Fireball Flo."
I'd be the great grandchild that's like, I'm related to her.
We are now back to Stephanie. Stephanie, what do you got for us?
I'm going to read 2 different misconnections from Craigslist.
Oh, love stories.
Oh,
Okay, let's see if we can help people.
With a
come back to-
thunderclap.
No thunderclaps.
Aw.
So sorry. This first one was at a Dollar General, actually
This is where love's made.
locally in our area,
Oh, this is a Wisconsin story. Wisconsin.
and
Dollar
actually our
General.
city too.
Ooh.
Damn.
This is all that it says. You work all the time, wondering if you want some time for play.
You
Wait,
were
that's all it says.
That's all it says. It doesn't describe, some people will put in a description of the person they're trying to get connected with, and
or who you are. Hey, I'm the so-and-so that comes in every Tuesday and buys a box of Raisinets or something. You're the one in the
cashier,
the cashier in the
with
green
the blonde
spot.
hair, and yeah.
Just, you work at Dollar General, and I want to know if you want to play with me.
Yeah.
You work all the time.
That's it. You work all the time, wondering if you want some time for play.
We don't know if this is a male or a female or a male or female writer. We have nothing. This is going to continue to be a misconnection. I don't think you can make a connection with those. How many Family Dollars are there in our area?
It's a Dollar General.
Dollar General. Oh, sorry. Did
There
not
is a difference.
I am so sorry. But still, I feel there's a fair amount. I do not think this is going to be a good connection. This might continue to be a misconnection.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it doesn't specify.
How do we know? Because you can't tell me that there's not more than one person that works all the time.
At a Dollar General. You had a second one you said?
I do. This one is called I Want to Taste You.
At the Dollar General.
It doesn't specify a store. I want to really dig in and taste you. When you explode, I want to lap up every drop. Then I would love to start all over. Ladies only.
What are you lapping up?
I think
I don't know if we want to go into that. I mean,
I will admit it is good that it ended with ladies only, because up until you said ladies only, I was not thinking about a woman in this situation. I was pretty sure this was the other side of the factors.
This could be lady to lady or guy to lady.
That's true too. And it's
again,
not
it doesn't specify.
and this should not be under misconnections. This should be under like services wanted. This is mislabeled. They are in the wrong category. They're never going to connect in this category. They're in the wrong thing.
How do we know they're even talking about? Well, it did say ladies, but
I don't. This might not be for a particular misconnection. This might just be somebody's dirty thoughts. I got to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, that's. I know. I mean, you know what? If you don't reach for the stars, you'll never make it to the moon. You gotta go big.
So, ratings?
I'll go with a 3 bacon strip on it. 3?
I'd say 3.
3 bacon strip. Creepy, yes. Weird. Oh, God, I gotta be honest. Those just sound like 2 idiot men, and us guys, we are not always known for our great use of words.
What?
I mean, the one guy was very poetic.
We don't even know if the one in the Family Dollar
We
was
know
a
nothing.
guy or a girl.
That's actually
Again,
true.
no
too.
description though.
None.
You work all the time. Yeah, I work all the time too.
Time for play. Like, that can be anybody. No description of, I come in all the time with my sweatpants on that say juicy on the butt. Good God.
Trevor, do you have another one for us?
I do. This one comes from Science News and from Texas A&M University. I have titled it, Big Melons Cause Boners.
Yes, they do.
It has been determined that watermelon contains an ingredient called citrulline that triggers a compound that relaxes your blood vessels, which is the same thing that Viagra does.
Eat more watermelon.
Yeah. Wait. Are you talking to me? Are you giving me personal advice? Oh, wow.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's fine.
It took him a
It's fine.
second. I knew what you were.
Son of a bitch.
So basically all you're saying is the guys that need Viagra need to eat watermelon instead.
It is said by one of these researchers that watermelon may not be as organ specific as Viagra, but it's a great way to relax blood vessels without any drug side effects.
So if somebody want to explain to me why oysters do certain things too then?
I don't know if that's real. I think that whole oyster thing is just some willy-nilly BS thing. I don't really know how accurate that is.
The aphrodisiac or
Yes, because an aphrodisiac just means it makes you horny. I don't think it causes erections. I think it's just to make you horny kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to ramp up your hormones a little bit.
Yeah, so it just makes you horny. But no, not watermelon. Those big melons, they cause them boners. So citrulline, which is the precursor to arginine, these are all words I don't really know, is found in higher concentrations in the rind of the watermelon than it is the flesh. So if you're really looking for that hard-on boner, you got to eat the green part too.
Ew. That's bitter. Plus guys like to eat flesh better.
That pink flesh tastes so sweet. Yes, it also does mention, though, if you have an erection that lasts more than 4 hours after eating watermelon, you should see your doctor. Okay, it really doesn't say that part. I might have made that part up. I might have made that part up.
The worst part about it is I'm sure the doctor can't do anything for you because they don't know if there's a reversal drug for Viagra.
Just think about baseball. It's like doctor's like, I need you to concentrate. Think about baseball. If you can make that erection go down. So a short but sweet. I liked it. I really liked my title. I thought the title was strong. I thought it was good. Okay.
Are you rating yourself? Is that what's happening right now?
No, I'm trying to build it up a little bit. What is my bacon strip rating of 1 to 4?
I'm gonna go 3.
I'll take it. It wasn't a big story. Wait, 3 regular, 3 crispy?
3 regular.
3 regular. I'll take it.
If I
I'll
wanted
take
to give you crispy, I would have said 3.5 or 3 crispy. You get a 3.
Okay, 3. I'll take it.
Are you sure?
It was a short and sweet about big old melons. Misty, thoughts on big melon story?
If you think that talking about my big melons is going to get you a better rating,
Give it.
I think I'm still going to give you a 3.
I will take a 3. I feel like that story is a solid 3. I am very happy with a 3 rating on my watermelon erection story. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that.
Do you feel better than what you did last time?
I do. I feel like what did I get on my first story? Was that a 3 or a 4? What was it again? The truth is in the pudding. What was my rating? Anybody remember?
No.
God.
Can we rewind the tapes?
3.5.
3.5. Okay.
Yes,
See, I'm
we did give you a
averaging.
3.5.
I'm averaging really well. I feel like this is a successful day for me. Thank you guys.
For us. Yay.
Well,
Steph, we did it.
Woohoo!
Okay, guys, because I did get, I'm riding this high of you guys giving this good bacon rating. I have a bonus one that I'm hoping will do okay. It's another short and sweet because we only have so much time left. This one comes from Reader's Digest article and also one of my favorites, 1,144 Random, Interesting, and Fun Facts You Need to Know by Scott Matthews. I have titled it, Too Dumb to Know You're Dumb. You guys know the grading scale. in school, there's A's, B's, C's, D's, and
F's.
why is it not E? Do you know why it's not E? No? So the grading scale was A, B, C, D, E until about the 1930s when U.S. professors changed it to the letter F. And they did it because they thought students that were dumb enough to be getting E's were also too dumb to understand that E didn't stand for excellent and meant failing. So they changed it to F so they could label it as failing because they thought if they gave them E's, they were too stupid to realize that they were stupid. And said, Ma, look what I got. I got an excellent on my grades in the school. So they had changed it.
Oh, my God.
So that is my bonus story. Dad, just a little bit more. It's a good one, right? It's a short but sweet.
I would like the listeners to ask their kids if they would know what the difference is between E and F.
Yeah, if you came home and your teacher said you got an E, what would you think it meant? And if your kid says you got an excellent, that's not a good sign. So, all right, do you want to rate my little bonus one? You don't have to if you don't want to. It's just a little bonus one that I felt like I really I'm riding on this high I've got going on my Great Bacon scale ratings. Do you want to rate it or not worth it?
I'm going to give you a 3.
Oh yes. Okay.
It's not weird, but it's very interesting.
To know how the grading scale came about.
Yes.
I would have to say the same.
I feel like this is one of those that people are going to start telling. You're going to be at like talking with friends or someone at a party, and it's going to be a small enough one you can remember, and people are going to start telling it. I think it's good. I like it.
It's crazy that I'm sure a lot of people out there probably have never heard of the fact that E used to be out there.
Well, it's something you never think about. It's one of those situations where it's always been A, B, C, D, F. You never questioned it. It just F was for fail. It just always was, right? That's just the way, it's just the way it was.
Yes.
So, all right, guys. Well, I think that is all we have time for today. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the podcast. Again, we would love it if you are watching us on YouTube. Please subscribe. Or if you're watching us listening to us on Spotify or iTunes or whatever podcasting system you like to use, follow us, subscribe to us, give us a rating, leave us a comment. These are all things that are going to help people find us. We're really trying to get this growing. We're only on episode 3, and we're really hoping that this is going places and people like what we're doing. And if you don't, tell us that too. We want to know, what do we need to fix? Also, we are on Facebook. We're on the TikTok. We are on Instagram. If you have any ideas for episodes, weird things that happened to you, weird news articles you've seen, weird things on the internet, a history thing like Trevor, you got to cover this. Just tell us about it. You can email us at weirdwithsideofbacon@gmail.com. Again, weirdwithsideofbacon@gmail.com. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Again, keep it weird because normal is just another word for boring. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye.